I've had a couple questions regarding the first lab, and so there's some things that I want to go over with you, some common problems that I'm hearing about. If you've taken your map home or your map document home and you open up your MXD and you see these red exclamation points, it's an easy thing to fix as long as you have all of the data that was in the folder. So what I need to do is map to that drive. So I right click on the layer. I go to Data, Repair Data Source, and now I have to find my folder with the data in it. So I'm going to click the Connect to Folder, and I think mine is on the desktop, so I'm going to click the desktop, choose OK. I go back in here and I look for the desktop, and there is a folder called New Folder, and in the new folder is that Lab 1, and here's the geodatabase. And I'm going to open up the geodatabase. I'm going to open up the featured data set until I see something that looks familiar. And I know that I'm looking at the city ID points. Here it is. And I'm going to choose Add. And sometimes that will fix everything. And you can see here that all of the data points were connected. So I'm going to use the little hand tool and put my map in here. So if you start in step 5, it says change the color and the line width of the W rivers. So here's W rivers. I'm going to right click, go to properties, and what I'm changing is the symbology or the symbol. And this program makes it a little slow. So in symbol, I can click this and choose a different color, and I can choose a different width of the line, and I can even use a default color if I want. So I'm going to use a 1. So that would be how I would change the line width. I can change the name of this layer in my table of contents by clicking it once and typing in a new name. However, even though the name of the table of contents is changed, if I go to Properties and I go to Source, the feature class is still called Wind Rivers. So if I were looking for that feature class, I wouldn't look for river in the geodatabase, I would look for Wind River. I haven't changed the name of the feature in the geodatabase, just how it's recorded on the map. So that's step 5. It takes you through changing different pieces of data. The table of contents talks about if you click this file, you get the list by order, so I can change how the layers are stacked. View 7 asks you to look at attributes. So if I look at the rivers, right click, open up my attribute table, I can see the field names or the list of attributes in that table. I'm going to close that. Step 7 asks you to add labels to the rivers. So again, if I right click river, go to properties, I'm going to have a table or a tab that says label. If I click on label, I want to make sure I click label features in the layer, and then I want to label them by name. And if I had spent some time looking at the attribute table, I would have seen that the field called name, let's take a look at that, is the name of the rivers. So I can use that. Okay. Step 9 asks you to add 2 more feature classes. So I go to the Add button, and because I was just in the geodatabase, my map finds that. But let's say you go to the Add button and you're here. I'm going to connect to the folders. Mine is on the desktop. Say OK. Use the drop-down menu, go to the desktop, go back to my folder with my class and my geodatabase and the featured data set, and I'm supposed to add the layer city, and then I'm supposed to add the layer, what's the next, W lakes, and there it is, W lake. I add that. So I've added both of those new layers, and then we change the name of the layer. So then you're going to create a layout. So you're going to zoom in to some feature of the world. Down here you're going to click the layout view button. This defaults nicely to a nice little layout. With insert, I'm going to insert a title. Where's my title? Aha! And I'm going to call it well, maybe nothing. If I double click, it'll activate there. There we go. Okay. And I can move that around on my map. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Change the symbol here. There we go, rivers and cities of North America. I'm going to add a north arrow. Whoops. If I don't like it, I can just hit delete and add another one. Drag it over there. What else do I need to add? Layout view. Oh, let's see. A north arrow. I want to put maybe my name on that. So I'll put insert some text. And it's really small when you start. And then if you click out and then double click, it opens up that text box. I can change the symbol again. And I can drag that somewhere on my map. Okay, so that's how you make a layout. Now when I'm done, I'm going to save this MXD, but I'm also going to export this map as a PDF. So I go to export map. It's set in PDF. Again, I have to put it in the right folder, which was desktop, new folder. And I'm going to change it. There you go, save, and you're done.